Hello everyone, in today's video I'm gonna show you how to make a lily pad illustration using Inkscape, and it's actually pretty easy to follow. So let's get into it. First of all, we need to set up our workspace first, and to do that we're gonna simply click this icon to open Fill and Stroke tab. After that, we're gonna click this icon to open Align and Distribute tab, and make sure it is last selected. And then you need to import this color palette, and I'm gonna link the file in the description box so you can download it. And to make the lily pad, you can grab the circle tool, and then by holding Ctrl and Shift, we're gonna make a perfect round circle like this. I'm gonna color it yellow, and then I'm gonna move it right here. After that, we're gonna select again the circle and go to circle tool to make an opening right here. And to do that, we can simply move this dot right here. If you have this kind of opening, you can simply click this to switch to slice. And if you want to have the exact same object as me, you can set the start to 0 and the end to 325. The next one is for the lily flowers, and to do that I'm gonna grab stars and polygon tool, and then select regular polygon and set the corners to 4 and round it 0.6 and randomize 0. After that, by holding Ctrl and Shift, we're gonna make a diamond shape like this. And then go to selection tool and make the diamond narrower like this. I'm gonna color it red. And then for the flower petals, I'm gonna grab the circle tool first, and then by holding Ctrl and Shift, I'm gonna make a perfect rounded circle like this. And to close the opening, I'm gonna select this. After that, I want to make sure it is centered with the petals, and by holding Shift, I'm gonna select the petals also, then center on vertical axis. After that, by holding Ctrl, we can bring the center point higher. If you double click the petals, you actually can see this crosshair that you can move around. And this crosshair is actually used for the point of rotation. So if you have it centered like this, the petals is gonna rotate center like that. And if you move it right here, it is gonna rotate like this. And what we want is we need to make this crosshair to be centered with this circle. And to do that, we're gonna turn on the snapping tool first, and then click this. After that, you're gonna have this kind of menu and choose advanced mode. After that, you need to select this object rotation centers. After that, we're gonna deselect everything, and then we're gonna select these pedals. You can double click that. After that, by move this, you need to see this sentence and then you can release it. After that, you have your pedals to be like this, and by holding control I can move it in 15 degree. So I'm gonna duplicate the pedals, and then by holding control I'm gonna move it 45 degrees like this. So you need to move it like 3 times. After that, I'm gonna duplicate that again and do the same step. 1, 2, 3. After that, select the one of the pedals and then go to edit and select theme object type. After that, we're gonna color it blue, and then we're gonna go to path and union. After that, we're gonna duplicate this by holding Ctrl and D and select yellow color. After that, we're gonna click this again until you see this crosshair, and then by holding shift and then click the crosshair, we have the crosshair to be centered with the object. After that, we need to turn off the snapping tool and we can deselect everything. After that, select the yellow flower first, and then by holding Ctrl and Shift, we're gonna scale it down like this. And then we're gonna duplicate the blue petals by holding Ctrl and D, and then we're gonna color it purple. After that, I'm gonna click this again until I see the crosshair, and then by holding shift and click this crosshair, we have the crosshair centered with the object. After that, I'm gonna scale it up, and by holding Ctrl and Shift, I'm scaling it up. After that, I'm gonna lower selection to the bottom by clicking this. After that, I'm gonna click the purple petals first, and then I'm gonna rotate that like this. I'm just gonna eyeball that, and I think this is good enough. I'm gonna deselect everything, and I'm gonna select the yellow flowers, and then by clicking this, I'm gonna lower selection one step like this. After that, we're gonna color the lily pad and also the lily flowers by using our color palette, and then I'm gonna select the lily pad first, then use color picker to use the green color, And I'm gonna duplicate the lily pad by holding Ctrl and D. After that, use color picker to use the other green color. And then select the purple petal first, and by using color picker, we're gonna color this. And then the next one is the blue flower. And then I'm gonna select this color. The next one is the yellow one, and we use this pink color. And the last one is the center of the flower, and we can use this color. After that, make a rectangle like this, and then go to selection tool, and then change the millimeters to pixel. After that, change the width to be 1270. And for the height, we're gonna use 720. After that, color the background to this blue color using color picker. After that, I'm gonna group the lily flowers by selecting all of them and then group selected object. After that, by holding left click mouse, I'm gonna move it right here, and then raise selection to top. After that, by holding left click mouse, I'm gonna hold spacebar to have many lily flowers like this, to make it easier to duplicate the lily flowers. And I'm gonna scale it down, and I'm gonna make the size random so it looks more natural. You can copy as much as you want, and you actually can rotate the color, the flowers. After that, I'm gonna duplicate the lily pad across this background. I'm gonna bring up the lily pad first by clicking this. After that, by holding left click mouse and then click spacebar, I'm gonna copy the lily pad across the background. The same thing I do with the other lily pad. And to make it natural, I'm gonna make it bigger, maybe make it smaller, and then make a little bit of rotation. And some of it I'm gonna place it below the lily flower like this. So you can click lower selection to bottom first, and then raise selection one step. Then make a rotation like this. And as you can see right here, this is already done, and you actually can make adjustment for the lily pad. You can make many variation with the lily pad, maybe the how much the opening, or maybe how big it is, or maybe the shade of green that you want to give in your illustration. And that's it. If you have any question, you can comment down below. And if you like this kind of video, you can check out the playlist. I have some of them. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.